words can read.
Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to my April wrap-up video where I tell you all of the books and shiz that I read throughout the month. What am I doing? The first book that I read is called Ocean of Secrets and it's by Amy Friedman. I read this as a library book. I remember being so excited about this, so when I found this in my library I was like, yes, I am going to read that. It's got mer people in it and a bit of romance. However, I was really disappointed with this book. I found the storyline to be really flat. I got annoyed at various characters, especially the main characters. I was just like, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? And it's also kind of insta-lovish and I was just like, I don't know, it just wasn't that believable and it was really cheesy and yeah, so I ended up giving this book 2 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was The Distance Between Us by Casey West. This is a contemporary romance book. I got this book for Christmas. I was so excited to read this and I finally was like, yes, I'm in the mood for contemporaries, and I picked this up because I got recommended to read this as well and I just loved it so much. I love Casey West. I've read Pivot Point by her and I wanted to see exactly what this book was like. Now this is about a girl that isn't that rich and then this guy that is rich, and then they meet each other and they develop this friendship and they find that, you know, when they're apart they just miss each other, so they're really cool. I love Cayman, who is the main girl protagonist. She's just so witty, she's so hilarious. I found myself just laughing at how she was telling the story and her thoughts and everything. It was really enjoyable. It's cute and it's fluffy. I just absolutely recommend this book to anybody. So of course I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Then I completed the audio CD set of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, this massive book that is in these CDs. I listened to these when driving to and from work. Of course I've read the Harry Potter books several times and it's really nice to listen to them. These are read by Stephen Fry. If you really want to listen to the audio CDs or the audio book of this, I completely recommend you to buy the one with Stephen Fry that narrates it, because he's so fantastic. He does the characters' voices so well and he just tells it in this amazing way that just grips you, and it's just enjoyable just when driving. So I loved it so much, of course, so I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read, it was called Burning Bright by Sophie Mackenzie. This is the second book that is in this series. The first book is called Falling Fast and I read that a couple of years ago. It is about a boy and a girl. They met in a play and then they get together, and there are certain complications throughout the relationship. Flynn has certain anger issues, and even in this book there are complications throughout the relationship, and it's all about friendship, relationships and trusting each other. I had some problems with the characters in this book, which is why I only gave this 4 out of 5 stars, but I still really enjoy the story and I can't wait to see what is going to happen in the next instalment. The next book that I read is called Zack and Mia and it's by AJ Betts. This isn't actually released until September and the writing style of this book is very similar to John Green. I found it very hilarious as well as heartwarming, really emotional, and I just loved it. It just sort of makes you think, and I just fell in love with the characters and the story. I really did enjoy this, which is why I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I'm definitely going to be doing a review closer towards the release date, but I know that this book is definitely going to be a hit because it was just so good. The next book that I read was Unraveling by Elizabeth Norris. This is actually a reread for me because I've actually listened to this last year around October, but it was when I was at work and I wasn't really focusing on it too much. There's certain things I don't remember, but then there's certain things that I do, and when my mum gave me some Amazon credit for Christmas I thought, yep, I'm gonna get this book because I do really want it and I really did enjoy it. It was just fantastic, and just reading this again, it was so good. It's just really action packed, and this is all about alternate worlds. These boys come from alternate worlds and there is like romance involved in this book, and there is a countdown to like the end of the world and they have to stop that. There's people that are getting like radiation poisoning, and it's just really interesting just how they got to work together to do this, and it's like a mystery how they're all trying to solve who is causing this, who is opening up these portals, and it's just like so much is happening and it's just so addictive. The chapters are ridiculously short and you just find yourself just going through this book like way fast, and it's like 450 pages, I think. It's just under 450 pages and I just flew through it so easily. I really recommend this book and I honestly cannot wait to read the second. So of course I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Just Like Fate by Kat Patrick and Suzanne Young. I've read various books by Kat Patrick before and she's just fantastic in her book ideas and her writing, and she's just an amazing author. But I haven't read a book by Suzanne Young yet, so after reading this book I definitely will. But this is a really good book. This is about a girl and she is given a choice to either stay with her grandmother in hospital because she has cancer, or to go to a party with her friend where she can just forget about her troubles. So throughout this book it just goes from staying and going. You get to see what would happen if she stayed and what would happen if she went, and you just see certain similarities between the two and certain differences, and it's just really interesting. I could not put this down. It was thoroughly enjoyable. I have actually done a video review of this, so I'll link that over here where you can click on that if you want to see more on my thoughts, and it's spoiler free as well, and it was awesome. So I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read a novella called Undone, and it's by Elizabeth Norris, and this is told from Ben's perspective and it goes throughout the first book and even continues into the second book. It's really interesting to see Ben's thoughts and exactly what happens behind the story with him and just how it goes into the second book. I was not expecting that whatsoever, and it just got me hooked and really excited to read the second book. I loved it despite it being short, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Next I read If I Stay by a Girl Foreman. I also did a spoiler free video review on this. You can click over here if you would like to check more on that. But this was just so good. The movie trailer was what made me want to read this book. I only purchased this secondhand last year and it's quite a short book. Very quick read. I just flew through it. It was just so heartwarming and emotional, and it was just uplifting in every single way possible. But this is about a girl who's in a car accident and she's in hospital, and so she is outside her body. She can see everything that's going on, and she's given the choice whether she wants to die or whether she wants to live on, and it's just interesting to see her thoughts, and it goes back into the past between things that happened before this accident, and it's just so interesting, and I'm so excited for the movie. I completely love this book and I am so excited to read the second book, Where She Went, which is coming in the mail pretty soon, so I'll probably start that straight away because I've been told that is even better. So of course I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. And the last book that I read was How to Love by Katie Cotugno. I read this as a buddy read along with Megan Olivier. I will link her channel in the description box below. She's a fantastic booktuber. Love her to pieces. Love you, Megan. I saw that she hauled this and I was like, I have that book, I want to read it, do you want to read it with me? So of course she said yes. This was a contemporary romance, and it's about a girl who got pregnant, and this guy, he disappears after that, and then he comes back and acts as if nothing happened, and then they just sort of try and work together, and it's just the only thing that annoyed me about this book was the character Sawyer, who was the guy. Just his attitude was what annoyed me, and just how he just came back and was just like, yep, I'm here. I don't know, I really didn't like him, and I think that's just why I only gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. But it's still a really good storyline and it really kept me going. I like how it went from before when he was there and then after when he came back. I found that really interesting, but it's a really good contemporary romance and I definitely recommend you pick this up. So guys, that is the end of my April wrap up. Please let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books or if you'd be interested in them, or any comments and thoughts, just leave them down in the comment box below and I'll be sure to reply to you all. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Keep smiling, keep reading and be happy. My name is Katie and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!